If you are considering to finally cut the cord and start living independently, then this video is for you. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. expenses. Building a peaceful life for yourself requires you to be capable of paying your own bills on time and managing your finances. If you are living with your parents right now, then chances are that they are taking the responsibility of all your major expenses. Well, that's not going to stay the case when you move out. So you better start becoming financially smart. I think it's absolutely necessary for you to have a job. Any job. I was working 2 jobs throughout my years in college because I wanted to solely pay for my tuition and save up a little so I can travel more often. Although it wasn't easy, I have to admit that taking care of my expenses felt very liberating and it gave me a great sense of self-confidence. If you are thinking of moving out, then I say that you start operating your own finances by opening up a separate savings account, educating yourself in practical matters of money, and learning how to create a realistic budget for yourself and live by it. Don't be afraid of seeking help from your friends or elder siblings who have already moved out and are taking care of their own expenses. Know your financial limitations and current priorities and manage your money accordingly. I'm hoping that by this part of the video, you have gotten a basic idea of what things you need to be prepared for in order to start living independently. If you feel that you're ready to start looking for a place for yourself, then I have a couple suggestions for you. I recommend that you keep an open mind about things from now on. Remember that moving out is a brave choice on your part, and you're making this conscious decision of breaking out of your shell so you can have new adventures and new experiences in your life. But that can only happen when you truly embrace the changes that will be coming your way. I'll be honest, you'll be faced with a whole bunch of challenges when you first move out. However, with a positive mindset, you'll be able to handle all those challenges with ease. And you don't have to do this alone, which is why I also recommend that you move in with roommates. I'm an only child, and when I used to live with my parents, I had this habit of always hiding in my room. I was very shy, and the idea of talking to other people was kind of daunting and very uncomfortable for me. Now I understand that you want your own space, but living with other people will teach you a lot of lessons about people management, and that in turn will help you grow in your personal and professional life. By living with different roommates, I learned a lot of things about what kind of people I want to live with. I also learned a lot of things about myself that I wouldn't have discovered otherwise. Some of you might be considering to move in with their partners, and that's great. But before you take that step, I want you to ask a lot of questions. Make sure you have that level of connection and intimacy with your partner before you start living with them. Speaking of asking questions, make sure that you ask as many questions as you need to from your landlord. Don't forget to make at least 2 visits, one in the daytime and one in the nighttime, to the locality that you're thinking of moving to. It's absolutely necessary that you feel safe before you move to a new locality. These were my tips for anyone who's prepping to move out for the first time. I wish you all the luck and strength so that moving out becomes as easy and smooth as it can be for you guys. I highly encourage you to share your tips and ideas about moving out in the comment box below. Don't forget to share this video with anyone who you think can benefit from watching it. And lastly, please subscribe to my channel for more heartfelt videos. Thank you and take care.